The cruise industry is constantly evolving, with new developments shaping the experiences of travelers worldwide. This past week, several significant events have impacted cruise passengers, from unexpected space debris falling in popular cruise destinations to rising gratuity fees and Disney Cruise Line's expansion into new markets. Whether you're a seasoned cruiser or planning your first voyage, these changes could affect your next trip. Let's dive deep into the latest updates, explore their implications, and discuss what they mean for cruise passengers. SpaceX debris in Turks and Caicos, a strange disruption to paradise. Imagine lounging on a pristine Caribbean beach, the waves gently lapping the shore, when suddenly you stumble upon a piece of a spacecraft. It sounds like science fiction, but for residents and visitors of the Turks and Caicos Islands, it's been an unusual reality. On January 16, 2025, SpaceX conducted a test flight of its Starship rocket from Boca Chica, Texas. While the launch was initially successful, things took a turn for the worse when the rocket's upper stage disintegrated during re-entry, causing debris to rain down over the Caribbean. The Turks and Caicos Islands, a popular cruise port, were among the hardest hit. Locals and tourists reported seeing bright streaks in the sky, followed by the discovery of charred metal fragments and wreckage along the beaches and even near homes. Understandably, many were alarmed, not only by the debris itself but by the lack of immediate cleanup efforts. SpaceX has warned people not to handle the debris, citing potential safety concerns, but some frustrated residents have taken matters into their own hands, collecting pieces to clear tourist areas. This incident raises several questions for travelers. Firstly, how will cruise lines respond? The Turks and Caicos Islands are a major stop for cruise ships, including those from Royal Caribbean, Carnival, and Norwegian Cruise Line. If debris continues to wash up, will ships reroute to alternative ports? So far, cruise lines have not announced any itinerary changes, but travelers should stay updated in case safety measures are implemented. And secondly, this event highlights the growing issue of space junk and its impact on Earth. While most spacecraft debris burns up in the atmosphere, failures like this one remind us that not all space missions go as planned. And sometimes that means unexpected disruptions to our vacations. For now, authorities in Turks and Caicos, along with the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, are investigating the incident, assessing property damage, and ensuring public safety. Passengers with upcoming trips to the region should keep an eye on official statements from their cruise lines regarding any potential disruptions. Margaritaville at sea and industry-wide gratuity increases. While the idea of paying tips to cruise staff is nothing new, the recent wave of gratuity increases across major cruise lines has been met with mixed reactions. Margaritaville at Sea is the latest company to raise its daily gratuities following similar hikes from Disney Cruise Line, Royal Caribbean, and Princess Cruises. For guests staying in standard staterooms, the automatic gratuity charge has increased from $18 to $20 per person per night, an 11% rise. For suite guests, the increase is from $22 to $24 per night. Additionally, service charges for drinks, specialty dining, and spa services have also risen from 18% to 20%. While some passengers understand that these increases help fairly compensate the hardworking crew, others feel like they're being nickel and dimed. After all, with cruise fares, onboard purchases, and additional fees already adding up, a $2 per person per night increase can add up quickly, especially for families or those on longer cruises. So why are cruise lines doing this? The reality is that operating costs have skyrocketed post-pandemic. Inflation, fuel costs, and labor shortages have made it more expensive to run a cruise ship, and higher gratuities ensure that crew members are adequately compensated. However, there are ways to manage these increases. Some experienced cruisers prepay gratuities before sailing, locking in the older, lower rates. Others choose to tip their preferred crew members personally rather than relying on the automatic system. Whether this is ethical depends on individual perspectives. Automatic gratuities ensure fair distribution among all staff, including behind-the-scenes workers who passengers may never meet. The key takeaway here is that gratuity increases are becoming the new norm. If you're planning a cruise, it's worth factoring these extra costs into your budget so you're not caught off guard when settling your bill at the end of your trip. Disney Cruise Line expands for 2025, more ships, more destinations. In a more exciting development, Disney Cruise Line has unveiled its biggest itinerary expansion yet for the summer of 2025. This move signals Disney's aggressive growth strategy in the cruise market, offering families and Disney fans more options than ever to set sail. For the first time, two Disney ships, Disney Magic and Disney Wonder, will be sailing Alaska itineraries simultaneously from Vancouver. This will offer passengers more choices for exploring glaciers, wildlife, and breathtaking landscapes while enjoying Disney's signature onboard entertainment. Meanwhile, the Disney Dream will be making its Mediterranean debut, offering sailings through Italy, Greece, and Spain. Disney's entry into high-end European cruising is a strong indication that they're looking to capture a larger share of the luxury cruise market. Other notable changes include the Disney Fantasy and Disney Wish, continuing their Bahamas and Caribbean sailings from Port Canaveral, while the new Disney Destiny will operate out of Fort Lauderdale. Most excitingly, Disney Adventure, Disney's largest ship yet, will launch from Singapore, bringing the brand's magic to the Asian market for the first time. Disney's expansion of its private island destinations in the Bahamas also hints at more exclusive experiences for passengers, as cruise lines increasingly seek to differentiate themselves through unique, controlled environments. This expansion means more choices and flexibility for Disney cruise fans, but it also raises some interesting questions about pricing. Disney's cruises are already among the most expensive in the industry, and with demand for these new itineraries expected to be high, prices are likely to reflect that. If you're planning a Disney cruise, the best advice is to book early. Prices tend to increase as cabins fill up, so securing your spot sooner rather than later can save you hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars. Final thoughts: what these changes mean for cruisers. The cruise industry is evolving rapidly, and these latest developments highlight both challenges and opportunities for travelers. The SpaceX debris in Turks and Caicos is a reminder that even the most carefully planned itineraries can be disrupted by unexpected events. Meanwhile, gratuity increases across the industry are something cruisers will have to factor into their budgeting strategies moving forward. On a brighter note, Disney's massive expansion means that travelers have more options than ever. Whether they're looking for an Alaskan adventure, a Mediterranean escape, or a family-friendly Caribbean getaway. For cruise passengers, the key takeaway is to stay informed, plan ahead, and be flexible. Whether you're navigating higher costs, unexpected itinerary changes, or simply choosing your next dream cruise, a little preparation goes a long way in ensuring a smooth and enjoyable voyage. So as you plan your next adventure at sea, keep these developments in mind, and most importantly, enjoy the journey.